That's insane.
Bye, Moose. With our new workshop looking fresh and clean, mostly, it's time to get cracking and move our two biggest possessions, our half-built tiny home trailer chassis and our 7.5 tonne truck, Moose.
Slight issue though, neither are road legal, so we had to call in the big guns. First to load was the trailer, and luckily there was just enough space to get the recovery truck to back in and winch it on. We were really worried that the jockey wheels would snap off, but luckily they survived being dragged up this huge ramp, and with some minor adjustments the trailer just about fit. Just.
We thought at this point he would drive off and come back for a second trip, but our driver suggested something that we thought was kind of crazy. He pointed out that because our trailer has such a lovely departure angle, Moose could probably be towed at the same time, but only if we pulled him backwards on something called a spec lift, which would pick up the rear wheels so Moose would be rolling on the front.
So I jumped in Moose, and of course he started first try, and reversed him onto the spec lift. We really didn't think it would work. It was extended out as far as it could go, and we really needed to make sure that Moose didn't hit the trailer when it was going around bends. But the driver checked everything and was happy, and then asked if we were happy, as if we had any idea.
And we said, we don't know. If you think it's safe, then it's probably fine.
That's crazy time.
So with the trailer strapped firmly down and Moose loaded up bum first, he took off.
That's insane.
Bye, Moose.
We were very relieved to see him turning into the yard with Moose still attached. I drove Moose off, and the trailer was inserted into the workshop.
Our winch ramp combo is really cool.
But they weren't the only things to be delivered to the workshop this week. Look at that teeny tiny forklift on this massive truck. It's arrived. How does it work? This is my new office. Let's turn it on. I think this is the forklift. The forklift? I'm so excited I can't concentrate. That's the handbrake. Ah! Oh, rear steer is so weird.
Please be careful.
Forklift, forklift.
Lift your forks.
Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one. Here we go. Oh, easy. 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 Do, 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 do. Forklift truck. Driving in my forklift truck. Oh, that's so cool. And turn the lights on. There you go. Indicate left. I'm coming to get you.
No, please don't. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop him.
I can't wait to actually use it for something. Let's park it up and get it charged. We also need to think of a name. I want to hear your suggestions. Right, okay, what were we doing? We were something to do with the tiny house trailer?
Yes, we're building a trailer.
Look how small it looks in here.
I was worried that we'd get it here and it would feel like it's taking up loads of room like in the old place, but no, this place is so much bigger.
It looks tiny.
We're so close to this trailer being finished. We've just got a few little tiny jobs to do and then we can prime it, paint it, it'll all be sealed in and we can start building on top.
But like we said in the last episode, the workshop, we're struggling a bit because it's so dark and dingy in here, so we've been working on a light.
A big light.
I would call it more of a miniature sun. Kind of looks like a spider web.
Oh, I thought we got rid of all those.
So this is what we've been building the last few days. It's a big aluminium frame with loads of LED strips on it. And the idea is it's going to hang from the ceiling. Look at the size of it. It's 5 meters in diameter. We've kind of left it hanging down a little bit just to show you guys the scale. But it's pretty bonkers.
Yeah, it's not completely finished. I've started sewing together a massive softbox, it's called, and it's basically going to be a big balloon of fabric that the LEDs shine into, and it disperses the light and makes it all nice and soft. Because the LEDs, as they are as strips, are really, really harsh. And this is like a little film studio. So the build's going to be over on the second channel. And we filmed everything from the start, from making all the custom plates and putting it all together. And yeah, it's been quite taxing.
It is totally unnecessary, but it's a bit of a statement feature, isn't it?
Do you know what? You'd pay hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of pounds for a proper filming light array like this.
Yeah. It would
like
be loads.
this size.
Yeah.
We're basically printing money.
It would be silly not to do this.
So it's good enough for now to hoist up, and we'll be able to see what we're doing with the trailer, and then we'll get it finished soon.
Haley says we're going to hoist it up, and that's because it's actually hanging from the ceiling on paracord. So we've been up in the man lift, and it actually works. And we actually got a stud welder, and I was stud welding threaded rods to the roof, to the metal beams, and then we've got eyelets in it, and that's where the cord runs, and then we can literally just raise it and lower it like that.
It's very strong.
There's no other way we could get it up there without, like, I don't know, 2 forklifts, I don't know.
Yeah. It's actually surprisingly light.
Oh yeah.
It looks huge, but we can pick it up. In fact, one of us can pick it up if we stand in the middle.
Yeah.
But you could see all that on the second channel. It's the long road to off-grid. If you want to subscribe, and it will go on there when it's ready.
You call it out and I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Heave. Heave.
It looks insane.
Heave. I think you're a bit lower than me.
I can come up a bit.
How does it look? Is it level? Can't tell.
Okay, tie that off.
Oh.
That rope is tight. Boom!
Yeah! Cool.
That's bright.
It is bright. Hey, but that's good.
Yeah, it needs to just be higher up. So I am going to put some safety chains on that I'll have to just remove when we want to adjust it, just because, well, just for peace of mind. I very much doubt it would fall, because there's 4 power cords that are rated for over 100 odd kilos each, and they're screwed into 2x4s which are bolted into the walls and stuff. So I actually want to completely redesign how it's hung, because at the moment we've got these eyelets on there, eyelet on the roof, and then it comes down. That's all fine, but do you see how that rope is at a bit of an angle? Really, you want the eyelet in the ceiling to be directly above the eyelet on the light, because we have to pull sideways to make it go
really
up.
hard.
It's putting a lot of strain on everything. It's just making it quite difficult. So I want to adjust that. And,
What about some pulleys?
Maybe some pulleys, like a 2-to-1 pulley or something on each one. I don't know.
We'll
It's going to be very cool when it's done. Excuse me. What are you doing on my forklift? I mean, our forklift.
Nothing.
You can have a go.
No, I don't like being in this tight corner.
No, you're okay. Just go straight back.
I don't know.
Look at you in a forklift. You look very natural. You look very at home.
Okay. Oh, wait.
So the plan is we're going to use the forklift to get the trailer back out, because we actually used the forklift to pull the trailer in, and now we're going to push it back out so we can get it into that main room so we can start working on it under our nice new light. Are you okay? You're doing great.
Meow.
Look how tiny the trailer looks in here. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? One moose. I think that looks pretty good there. Are you pushing this trailer or am I?
No, I'm not. You can do it. This is my first drive.
You're a natural.
Thank you. It just makes sense, you know. They could do with somewhere in between on and off for the pedal.
Someone was saying that on this forklift, when you pull a lever or push the pedal, you hear the motor spool up, and that's why it like ramps on and off instead of just being on and off. So sometimes you put your foot on the throttle,
and it takes a second.
Then it ramps up, so it takes a second. So often, like, you end up going a bit too fast. Or
okay.
And I think that's a quality of a cheaper forklift.
Oh.
Before we got this, right, this is a funny story, and I've got a cool photo to show you. Hayley was asking if I thought I'd be able to drive it, and I was like, it's in my blood. I have no doubt I'll be able to do it. My mum sent me this photo. I sent her a photo of me in the forklift moving the table, and then Mum sent me a photo back, and it's of me in a forklift when Dad was getting his lathe, which is now the same lathe that I have, out of a van using a forklift he borrowed from a factory around the corner. So see, I told you, it's just in my blood.
All right, we have strapped the neck of the trailer to this special trailer hook that we found. A little bit of wood, and then we can pick it up and we can push it out. I'm going to get out of the way.
I cannot see anything.
You're looking good. Head towards the door.
Am I doing it?
That's good. Yeah, get in front of it now and push it straight.
Okay.
Yeah. I reckon once the wheels get to this plate, then start turning it if you can. I don't know.
I wish I could hear you. I'm sure you're saying something very helpful.
Just keep coming.
Okay.
You're on the ramp now. Keep going.
Am I going to make it?
Yep.
How close am I to the wall?
A couple of feet.
I also really don't want to jackknife. Once I've cleared this... Oh, like a pro! Oh, that was so satisfying. I nailed that.
You actually did.
I absolutely smashed that. Now, I suppose I'll just go straight back.
Machinery.
I'm thinking the Red Terror.
Oh, for a name?
Yeah, because if you look at the back, it's called a Terra Max.
Yeah, it says it on the mast. Red Terror.
It's a bit long, isn't it?
What about Little Red?
Little Red?
Yeah. Do you want to explain what you're doing?
Sorry?
Do you want to explain what you're doing?
I'm having fun. So I just want to get the trailer to the correct ride height now that it's in a goodish position. Cool. The back is on axle stands, set at the correct ride height. Now we just got to set the front to the right ride height as well. And by that I mean the amount of space between the floor and the bottom of the chassis. We're going to get so fast at this. We're racing
It's
around.
quite slow at the moment.
I wonder if there's any way we could take the forklift with us in the tiny house. Make sure to use your indicators, please. I need to know which way you're going. No, look on the stalk. Yeah, thank you. Those of you that were saying that the floor might not hold the weight of the forklift, apparently it's okay. We've got an update on the whole, the pit. We have an update. All right, I've got to measure it. Hang on. Up a little bit more, just a smidge. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. The trailer is at a good level. Pit update. This is what we're calling the pit. If you come and look in here, that is grass. Because this bit of concrete is about 12 mil thick. And
it's covering up mud with grass in it.
Yep. So we met our landlord a couple of days ago. He was very nice. He was not happy about this. So it's actually going to get sorted out properly, which is really, really nice of him. Because I know a few of you were kind of saying like, oh, it should have been done. It's the previous person. We didn't want to cause loads of fuss. So we just made it nice. Well, as nice as we could. But yeah, I'll give you an update again in the future. But apparently the pit is going to get properly done.
We did grind it all back. We got all the rough stuff off, but we probably shouldn't be driving the forklift on it too much because it won't hold.
Probably not. We wanted to get the trailer to ride height because there's something that I've been wanting to do for weeks, and that is going to 3D scan the entire trailer. The whole thing.
But what's 3D scanning?
What's 3D scanning? Well, this is the 3D scanner that I've got. Essentially, magical beams fly out, bounce off of the thing that you want to scan into a 3D space, a virtual space, and come back in, and then it gets translated into software. Do you like my little lab setup? I'm very pleased with it. Usually with 3D scanning, you're limited to smaller objects. So I reached out to a company called Revopoint, and they recommended their Trackit SR. And this thing can scan an entire vehicle, inside and out. So when I told them about the trailer project and what I wanted to do, they were like, we got you covered, this is the one. And it's all thanks to this thing. So this is the scanner. This is the thing that does the scanning. And this is the tracker.
Hey guys, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And what this does is it tracks the scanner.
The position of it?
The position of it in a three-dimensional virtual space.
And that's why it's covered in all these crazy dots.
That's why it's got the dots.
Because normally with 3D scanning, you put sticky dots everywhere.
Yeah, if you've seen people 3D scan stuff, you might picture someone 3D scanning like a small statue or something, and they'll put all these dots over it. And that's because the scanner shines light out, it bounces off these reflective dots back, so it knows where it is in virtual space. So with this combination, you don't need to put little reflective dots on the thing you're scanning, unless you're going really big, like we are.
We've had a practice run with just scanning the neck of the trailer, but we didn't use any of these dots because we were just staying in the field of view of the tracker. But I'm now going to put little clusters of these dots, maybe 2 meters apart, because the tracker has a limited field of view. And what we'll do after we've got these little clusters of about, 4 or 5 of these dots, is we'll take the tracker and scan with that all the way around so it can see where all the dots are in space. And then we get the scanner and move the tracker around and scan the sections based on where the clusters are. And because the clusters are kind of in random positions, it recognizes, oh, that's that cluster, that's in these coordinates. It's very clever.
It's ridiculous. We've jumped in right at the deep end. Like, let's just scan the biggest thing we possibly could. So these blue lines are just showing me where it's scanning at the moment. And then hopefully it'll all be coming together on the screen over there. I can scan both sides. I think this is going to take a long time. Oh, nicest latches. Okay, as with everything, I think there's a bit of a learning curve, so I'm going to go and take that part of the model home and do a bit more research and dial it in for next time, because there's quite a few settings, especially to do with the surface. So to scan shiny paint and to scan dark metal like this, it makes it quite difficult to dial in the settings to do the whole trailer. So I'll do a bit more research and then maybe do a full new scan once the trailer is painted. Hey, Cad Pete here. So this is the model that we scanned in, and as you can see, there's lots missing. Lots of empty space, especially, you can kind of see what we managed to get. There is a lot of really good detail. You can see the beginnings of the suspension and all the mounting points and the bolts, but it's not looking particularly clean or accurate. It's entirely down to user error, because I've seen these scans and what this machine is capable of. So we didn't want to carry on scanning when we weren't really getting good results. Like I was saying, I'm going to paint the trailer and start again with better settings. I've already started chatting to the support people at Revopoint. They're really helpful. It's very promising, I think. For the habitat, what I'd really like to do is design everything fully first so that we don't run into the same issues I had with the trailer. You know, going to build something and realizing that there was a cross member in the way, or something that wasn't in the CAD was in the way. So we want to get a real life accurate model of the trailer and then design everything that goes on top before we start.
I'm sure we'll figure it out in the next one. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching. Bye.